So I'm going to quickly breeze through today's PowerPoint so that you have as much work time as possible. Your project number 2 is due today by midnight. You have to zip it and submit it just like we did a little while ago. And I've updated the rubric on the Canvas page. So we'll look at that here in just a second. We did our entry task, and your thing to do today are finishing touches. If you've already submitted your wiki, you just use this as a study hall so long as you're not distracting your neighbors. If your stuff is still almost working, like your pages aren't quite linked, or your Flexbox isn't perfect, or your images disappeared, those are some last little troubleshooting things I want you to check before you zip and submit. And then once it's all good, zip it and upload it to Canvas. Your objectives: complete the project by midnight and use this time as a study hall if you've already submitted. The way you can go about doing that is reviewing this week's videos. You can copy and paste my code from Tuesday or Wednesday. You can see fifth period's example from Tuesday, and other online resources that you find that are helpful, okay? You know you're getting it. You know you're getting the purpose of this project because you're more familiar with the purpose of a Flexbox and how to set it up, and you're getting better at troubleshooting. You're starting to see a little bit more how things break, and you know how you can start fixing them, but you don't have to know exactly. Right? You've been web designing for about a month now, actually a little bit more, maybe 2. So you can start to see how these pieces work together, and you can start to see how the formulas kind of happen. You also know you're getting what I'm teaching you by you're using more shortcuts. So like the one I showed you the other day, just typing the letter P and hitting the enter key will automatically make it into the little slices of bread for your sandwich ingredients. Same thing with div, your control S to save, your control X to cut, etc., etc. And then you know you're applying what I'm teaching you by your project number 2 is looking good and it is looking complete. Okay? Why are we doing this? I want you to understand how much work from the developer goes into making websites. And these are still really starter websites. Like when you look at the shopping things that you use, or the video sharing, or the gaming, or the chat, or whatever apps that we frequently use in the day-to-day, those are very, very developed and very, very specific, and I want to show you how much work goes into getting there, okay? You also are getting consistent practice with the idea of drafting. These are called iterations. Remember, that's your big buzzword, another vocab word. When you do things in drafts, you're making iterations. And again, just want you to understand that a polished end product takes time, and you shouldn't rush it. You have time to complete them for a reason. We'll come back to the exit task a little bit later. I will quickly show you the new rubric on the Canvas page so you know how you get your points. It's worth 25. And if we look right here, it's broken down into 3 categories: the amount of pages, the amount of images, and do you have a Flexbox. You'll get full credit if you have 3 or more pages, because there's at least 3 linked pages. You will get full credit if you have 10 or more images, whether those are local inside of your public folder or external from a URL. And you have at least 1 Flexbox with at least 3. At least 3 Flex children on your final site. If you've got some of those, like if you've only got 2 pages or you've got less than 10 images, and if you've only got a Flexbox but it's got less than 3 children, there's still some partial credit available. But if you only have a single page site with less than 4 images and no Flexbox, we have some work to do today. So that I don't want to give you zeros. So I want to give you at least the partial credit that you deserve. Okay? So here's the rubric that is finally complete. It's worth 25 points in the projects category, so that's 50% of your grade. And you can still turn it in until the quarter end. Just keep in mind that the late policy is in effect after your accommodations, if you've got them. Okay, that being said, we'll do the exit task right at the end of the period, like normal. I want to help you as much as I can while we have the time today. All right. And then remember, we're just playing Minecraft tomorrow. So you have that to look forward to. The more you lock in today, the more Minecraft you can play tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. Last thing I'll show you before I quit. Tuesday and Wednesday has got copied and pasted code of 2 different styles, and your video from yesterday, as well as Tuesday's video, or 5th period's video from Tuesday, are all up. Gives you about an hour of content, or 2 30-minute versions of what I've taught you. But I just want you to do work time for now. Okay? Can I see on your thumbs real quick how you're feeling about project 2? Up, side, or down? Seen some sides, seen some ups, seen some sides. Okay, no downs. That's what I was looking for. All right, good job. I'll be around helping as you need. If you've already submitted, use this as a study hall, and we'll play Minecraft tomorrow. So, good job, y'all.